Alright guys, this is a 4-week, well 27 day, tomorrow's 28th day, so it'll be 4 weeks update on the buffalo grass. As you can see, it's coming in really good, especially over here. It's pretty thick. We'll walk around and take a look real quick, but I should have mowed probably a week or two ago, but this was tall enough to mow, and this stuff over here in this whole area was a little behind, so I was waiting for this to catch up before I actually mowed it, and now it's caught up. It's about the same now. It needs to get its first mowing, take off an inch or two of grass, let it get back up, mow it again so it starts spreading out. But I think with the 2-week update, I went ahead and threw fertilizer on it. What is it? The whatever kind of fertilizer you're supposed to throw on the grass after you throw out grass seed. Starter fertilizer. Alright guys, gonna do a quick 2-week update on my Cody Buffalo Grass. Doing pretty good. I feel like over there is doing better. I think I recommended the 70% shade cloth when I started. Now after I've done it, I think I recommend the 40%. Number one, water gets through it easier when you're wetting down. And number two, I feel like the grass is growing a little better under it. It's taller looking, better looking. They don't have white tips as much over here. Over here we got a lot of white tips, and I believe that's from the pre-emergent I put down. Especially up in here, didn't do the greatest. This is where I just threw a lot of extra on top. So those seeds you see obviously are sprouting, but they're on top of the lawn, so they don't look as good as the ones that were buried a little bit. But probably Tuesday of last week, maybe Wednesday, I pulled the shade cloth off of this one because I saw in this corner right here it was looking really nice and it had never been under any shade cloth. And I just left this one on because I could kind of tell they were growing better under it. And the one under the 70 seems to be a little smaller. Let's go take a look around. It's been 2 weeks and 1 day, so I'm gonna put some, what is it called? Starter fertilizer on it. Right now, I just now pulled this off of this grass for the first time on this side. Some of these I think are little weeds that I need to get in there and pull. Right here, let me see here. Right here where it looks a little bare and dead, that's where one of the stepping stones were sitting on top of the shade cloth. I'm not sure if this patch is weeds or actually buffalo grass, so I'm not pulling it yet. I don't know if that's weeds or buffalo grass. It actually looks like buffalo grass, just taller, nicer grass than I have over here. So definitely would recommend 40% over the 70. All in all though, it's not doing too bad. So since I've taken the shade cloth off of it, I have to water it almost every hour to keep it moist. And down in this ditch, see that green strip? I don't know if when I was watering it, just a lot of seeds got washed into this ditch, or they just liked it better because it was moist in that runoff ditch. Either more seeds got there or more water got there. Either way, better areas. Get you closer here, especially over here. So these little white curly tips, I think that's from the pre-emergent that I put down, and they should snap out of that within a week or two. That shouldn't be like that anymore. And I saw people talking about that could happen. Here's the patch that was never covered up. Weird, looks the nicest, so maybe I shouldn't have covered any of it. I don't know. But pulling a couple weeds that are trying to pop out. But that's the 2-week update for the buffalo grass. Right. So there are some weeds in here, and I'm just going through and hand picking them every now and again. Every day I come out here and I pick about a handful, and I'll come out here and kind of go through it. And I'm waiting probably till the 6th week mark, and they'll actually spray with the weed killer. But I wanted to get a little more mature before I hit it with any weed killer. But let's go take a look at it. Looks pretty good over here. I would recommend the 40% shade cloth as of now. Of course, I didn't do it midsummer at 100-degree temperature, but my results, I would probably want to use the 40. You can see in here some of these broadleaf weeds like that growing in here, some of the grassy style weeds like these, but those should all be taken care of. I'll go and hand pick some today before I mow. We had a hard rain come through and they were just sprouting. Some of this was probably still seeds, so you could see how it kind of pushed where the water runs. You can see the trail of water right here, and it kind of pushed all my seeds out, or it took all my peat moss that I had put on the top off and pushed it all down there in the corner, so that could have stopped a lot of it from sprouting and growing in this area. And you can see over here in the corner where all of it came to rest, and my water's supposed to flow out here, but as you can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff, rocks that I pulled up out of the garden over there. Still need to get my fence in order, a bunch of pots, so it's kind of blocking the water flow. So there was a little puddle here, nothing major, just a tiny little puddle after the rain. You can still see some grass trying to sprout up through this, but this is where all my extra peat moss washed out to, floated off. Over here, where I never covered it, this was never covered because my shade cloth went to about here, and this corner was always exposed. Look how long and lush that is. So as long as you cover it with a little bit of dirt, topsoil, peat moss, it's gonna sprout. I mean, I think I might have overseeded it here, so that could also be why it's so thick. But I mean, that's max height. That's almost as tall as this stuff would grow. Look at that. That says it's only supposed to grow max 6 inches. It's probably 6 to 8, but it said 6 inches. This is over 6 inches. So I already know that's a lie. But that stuff, I wish the whole yard was like this. I must have got a lot of seeds over here somehow. That's a good section of it. All in all though, it's exceeded my expectation. Actually, at the 4-week mark, I kind of expected it to look a little more like this. Just little sprouts still, you know? I didn't expect full, almost adult grass going on. And like I said, I was gonna mow it, but all of this was behind. Had little white tips kind of like this, probably from the pre-emergent I put down. It was all about like this, and then the last week it has just all come back and shot up and pretty much matched this section over here. So can't wait for it to all fill in, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the mower, get the first cut, and I'll get another little video of it after I get it cut, and then I'm gonna get it watered. I haven't watered it in over 24 hours because I was waiting for the ground to dry. I didn't want to pull my mower over here and ride over it when it was a little soggy or a little wet. But that's what it's looking like. And there's something else I was gonna say about it. What was it? Oh yeah, So I rigged up a sprinkler right here, and I put a timer. We can go out and take a look at it. Got the hose running through here, and I put it on the timer because obviously I had to go to work, and depending on the weather and stuff, I put it on this timer. Got it off right now, but the first after it sprouted, the first week, actually it was like the first 2 or 3 weeks, I was watering it every hour. If it was a day that was, you know, sun was out and warm at least a little bit, I was watering it every hour for about anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes, just depends. Maybe about the 3rd week I backed it off to every 3 hours, and then now this week was a little rainy and overcasty, so I was just watering it on my lunch break real quick, and then I set it to do it about 3 to 4 hours later. And then when I got home, I would come and look at it, and I'd gauge if it needed a little quick shot of water to keep it a little moist. But it's doing good, and I'm gonna get it mowed real quick. Alright, got her knocked down, mowed a little bit, getting her some water. Like I said, I've been holding the water back because I knew I needed to mow it. And it kind of worked out perfect. Still just a little damp here and there, mostly dry. So, all in all, I'm impressed with this grass so far. It exceeded my expectation. When I got it, like I say, I thought a month later, 4 weeks, it was still going to be little sprouts still out in the yard, not full-blown grass. I almost wish I would have gotten two, I think it was 5-pound bags, 2 5-pound bags, and overdid it. I think I overdid it anyway. Because I think it said 5 pounds, if I'm correct, if I remember correct, for 1,000 square feet. And this isn't 1,000 square feet. I think it's closer to 800 square feet. And since I tarped off that area, because I plan on extending the garden over there, so no need to grass it, might even be 700 square feet for all I know, but I'm gonna say it's around 800. So I left a little seed in my bag so I could hit any spots that I needed to hit after it grew in, which is good for over in that area or wherever. So I want to seed some more down, but like I say, it's exceeded what I thought I was going to do. I'm very pleased with it, and that's where it's at. Alright, that's going to be about it for my little 4-week update. Just a quick video, nothing fancy. 2-week update's going to be in the beginning of this video. I'm going to roll in the 4-week. We'll make that, I think it's a part 2 on this grass. I'll do a 6-week update. I'll probably shortly after that or around there, like I say, I'm going to spray for the weeds, get those knocked out. At some point in time, might throw a little more fertilizer down on it. But like I say, it's exceeded my expectation. It's further along than I expected it to be. You know, I don't think there's too many views on the first video I did on the buffalo grass, but I know in the future, even if it's a year or 2 from now, someone's going to be looking it up. And I'm not doing videos of however many, the most views I could get on a video. I'm doing anything I'm doing just to help out the next guy that wants to go out and look for it on YouTube, wants to see somebody who's done it, been there, done that, experienced it. Just showing what my experience is with it. I didn't start a YouTube channel to be some big YouTube star or some influencer. So I'm just trying to help where I can, do little videos. That's why I started YouTube. Little reviews on stuff that I end up getting, stuff that I like, stuff that I don't like. And stuff like this that I'm doing. See if I can't help somebody out. But that's about it for this review, guys. All right, later.